Today we are making corned beef and cabbage, and I love this dish. I feel like it gets so pigeonholed as like just St. Patrick's Day, but it's really great year round. And what you need is corned beef.
And cabbages,
Yeah.
and potatoes and carrots. But what's so awesome about this, Meg, is it's a very cultural thing. You know, Daddy's Irish. I was raised Jewish. Brisket is one of those kind of wonderful dishes that everyone
Like
makes.
brings us together. It's like a combination of this Irish Jew that we are.
Yes, totally. And so this is an already brined, uncured brisket.
So why aren't we brining our own?
Well, because it's so easy. This already comes packaged. Hello.
I guess we're all about easy.
It's so great. But look it says gluten-free on it. So you want to make sure that if it's already brined that it is gluten-free. The seasonings are that way. And it's also wonderful because it's a beef that's been raised without antibiotics. So literally
Love
I'm
it.
opening this up. I'm taking all of it, the juices, everything. I'm putting it in cold water here. I'm just gonna get it all in here like this. All right,
So
get all
we're
the
boiling
juices.
the beef.
Yep, we're just literally boiling this beef. And you want to make sure that you have enough water in here because you're going to add potatoes, you're going to add carrots.
But not too much because you don't want it to overflow with everything that you add to it.
Right, and so this,
Those
I'm going to
little
just...
mustard seeds?
Yes, mustard seeds.
I love it.
So we're going to bring this pot to a boil, and then how you cook it. So this is the tricky part because I am so not a mathematician, everyone out there. But this is the trick.
This is where I can help her.
It's 30 minutes per pound.
Yes,
So we have a 2-pounder that we put in, maybe a little bit more. And so for 2 pounds, Megan,
It's going to be
30
1
minutes,
hour.
1 hour. And sometimes it'll take a little bit longer.
Yes, so anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes even. So
Yeah.
not a little bit longer.
Your fork's gonna tell you, and I'm gonna show you in just a little bit here. So let's talk about, while this is getting ready to come to a boil, all the other ingredients that are going in. So
Cabbage.
we have these little red potatoes. You can
Have them.
yeah, you can have them, put them in whole is really nice. And you're gonna do this about halfway through the cooking process. So if you're
Yeah.
cooking it for an hour and a
So,
half, about
30 minutes in.
30 minutes in, you're gonna throw your potatoes in, which
Because you
we're
want them
gonna do.
soft, fork tender, but not
Mhm.
too mushy.
So by going to the farmer's market, what's so awesome is that you get all these different varieties of cabbages. And so this one right here, Megs, is one that we get from Vang, our farmer, who is an Asian farmer, and he grows this Asian sweet cabbage. It actually tastes different. But it also, you can see where the
Versus these other
American
ones. It's
cabbage
really
is.
tight.
Very tight.
And you can see it has this core.
Really big core that Meg's gonna show you. You wanna take that core out and
So you're just kind of
show
cutting
them
a
this
little,
way.
cutting a
Yeah.
little triangle out of it.
Mhm.
Well, it's hard cutting out away from
I
you.
know,
Gotta get in
but we
there.
gotta show everyone.
You show it at the end.
Okay. Let me help you there. I'll pull this baby out.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're taking out, and then for it to be nice, for just serving sizes, we're gonna just kind of cut little wedges.
Yeah, it's like iceberg lettuce, only not. It's cabbage. And cabbage is so good for you. It's got amazing phytonutrients that help fight against cancer, heart disease. I mean, you name it. This is part of the
Yeah, but
cruciferous
then I
family.
feel like also some people have a hard time eating cabbage.
Totally, because it's really gassy.
Yes. So just pay attention. Don't go overboard. But I feel like this is a vegetable that we really don't use that often, and it is so delicious. I'm so
Oh,
happy. We're just gonna be boiling it.
Especially
Speaking
boiled.
of boiling,
Oh, boiled. Okay.
Our
so
water's ready.
Look at this. So this is really interesting. So all of this foam you want to take and skim it off, and that's, you know, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Sometimes it foams, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. And so what we're gonna do right now, this has been we're
just brought it to the boil.
just brought it to a boil. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this back, and we're going to just let this simmer for about 45 minutes.
30 to 45 minutes. Again, it
Right.
really
It
just
really
depends.
depends on the time. So this one we've been cooking. Ooh, it's coming to a nice simmer. And so what we're going to do now, it's been cooking for about halfway. And
So
now,
30, 45 minutes.
right, and so I'm just going to go ahead and stick my potatoes in there, and I'm going to take these carrots. And the other thing about the carrots, when you buy those carrots in the bag, Megan, they kind of have a funky taste. Go for the fresh carrots.
With
They-
the tops.
This is what we talk about. When people come to our house and they go, why does yours taste different than ours? It's our ingredients.
The quality of the
Oh my God.
ingredients. We're getting the
You
fresh.
can actually smell this carrot and it tastes like a carrot. And so
I don't know what else a carrot tastes like.
no
but
bad
it's just like
carrots.
a really sweet carrot.
Right, so we're going to cover this up.
And now this is gonna cook for.
It's gonna simmer for about another 15 minutes. And then we'll put the cabbages in. And we'll
and
just
then we'll
keep
be ready
going.
to eat. So it's been about 15 minutes. So we're gonna
simmering.
see how our carrots and potatoes are doing. And so Pegs here is gonna show you what fork tender means. That you can literally stick a fork in it. Ooh.
It's like perfect.
And it's tender. Perfect.
I love
so
it.
we're
And
gonna
that's
put
like
this in.
And then here's the carrots.
If
And
your
the
potatoes
carrots,
are done,
too.
it's a general consensus that
The
the
carrots
will be done because the carrots don't take as long to cook as the
Except how thick it is.
yeah, depending. These little ones, you're good.
Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the cabbages and we're just going to place them all around. And this is why you need a deep enough pot and why you need enough water, because you want to submerge your cabbages in. Okay? So then we're just going to do that. Oops, loud noise.
And that's so that it overflows. You don't want the water to be overflowing.
Exactly.
And so this isn't going to take as long. We're going to let this cook for another,
It's like 5 to 10 minutes, again, until it's fork tender. And
well, until the cabbage is soft.
Yes, soft.
And then we get to check out the beef.
Yes. Okay.
Now it's been an additional 10-15 minutes, and our cabbage is looking good.
so
Nice and tender, soft, translucent, whatever you want to call it. I'm so excited to try this. I don't even remember the last time that we've had this.
Oh my gosh. Well, last.
Probably St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. So what I'm going to do, Meg, is I'm going to pull this cabbage out.
Well,
It
that's the
too-
brisket.
Right. This is. Oh yeah, the brisket.
Pulling out the
I'm
brisket.
pulling out the brisket. So I'm going to let it just cool for a second right here.
Ooh, and look at how small it shrinks up
It
to.
totally shrinks. So that's why, this would feed like, 4 people. And then I just kind of put all of this
Make a little
around on the plate. It looks so
menagerie of
good. Let me grab
this.
Here, that one's too big now.
I'll hold
Let me
this for you.
grab. Oh, thank you. Oh, here they all are.
All of the potatoes.
and the carrots.
This is such a winter meal. Like on a nice cold day, this is just like soul food. This is warming.
And it's good, you guys, to have.
And inexpensive. Cabbage is cheap. Potatoes are cheap.
Oh.
Carrots are cheap. All of this is relatively
Irish.
inexpensive.
This is like Irish. Yeah, I mean, this is European. Europeans, this is what they ate a lot of, potatoes and cabbage. So
love it.
it's also really good to have these little contraptions to help you kind of
Pegs
scoop
and her
it
gadgets.
all.
She loves them all.
Now this
Right,
is
this
another
cabbage.
tricky part, okay? I'm going to lift this up because I want you to see there are grains in this. See how the
So
grains?
I would say grains, it's like just how the meat is, how it's kind of like
Right, and so what you want to do is cut
Stripes.
against the grain. So if my grains are this way, I'm going to cut this way. I always have to play with it first, all right? So my grain is right here, and I'm going to take this.
because in that way it sticks together.
Exactly. Let me grab this. And having a sharp knife is, another really good
Help
tool.
your meat. Again, it'll cut into nice slices.
Hmm.
We actually have a video of how we've cooked beef brisket, like true brisket, and we kind of talk about this too. You should check that video out. It's a good one.
So we can take this and we can, I'll put this here, and then you slice this up really nicely and you put it on your plate.
So you get an idea of how it would look for.
Okay, we need to taste this though,
This is what.
Meg.
See, she cut off a little bit of fat.
Well, but the
don't know
fat
why
is
we
what
have forks.
brings
It
it
is
the flavor. But last but not least, because let's talk about fat. On this part of the dish, this part right here, I always add a little butter,
Oh my goodness.
flavor,
It needs
right?
nothing. This is so good, and
But
who would have thought boiling beef would give it like a good? It kind of sounds interesting to me.
Well, this dish.
But it is so good. Look at Pegs. Her inner Julia Child is like coming out over here, just
That's
like
right.
putting butter
because
on
the
top
butter,
of everything.
oh my gosh, it makes butter on cabbage and the potatoes unbelievable.
We're all about good fats, beneficial fats, brain food, and that's what this is.
Mm.
And this is so truly delicious. So for this full recipe, you can go to currygirlskitchen.com and you can find other really fun recipes just like this one. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram,
Facebook.
Pinterest, Twitter, where we're constantly posting more fun recipes like this. And if you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see more fun videos of us making this food.
Yay!
I hope you enjoy this soon. Seriously, so good. I love how you brought forks. We're just using our hands.
Oh my God.
The cabbage.
So good.
I'm gonna do like a little beef taco with this. Wrap it
Oh
up.
my God, I totally forgot. Horseradish. The sauce. Really good.
This is where it's at, people.